If your Azure function is still using a connection string to talk to Event Hub or Service Bus or SQL or Cosmos, you are literally shipping passwords inside your application. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I'm using Azure Key Vault. My secrets are safe. Wrong. Storing a connection string in Key Vault is just hiding the problem, not solving it. You're still managing a secret, you still must rotate it, and the moment your app fetches it, that password is sitting in your app's memory in plain text. The connection string usually has God mode access at the root level of a resource and lacks fine-grained control at entity level. In 2026, connection strings aren't just legacy, they are your liability. Today, I'm showing you the production standard user-assigned managed identity. Azure Function app settings page. So you can see the connection string is empty. Look at this. This function app is reading from Event Hub, Service Bus, and Cosmos DB, but there is not a single secret in the configuration. By the end of this video, you will know how to use identity to replace secrets entirely, and I show you the one secret environment variable that everyone misses, which makes user-assigned identity work. Before we start, if you work with Azure and you're not subscribed yet, you're missing the most expensive lessons, the ones learned in production. Hit the subscribe now so you don't repeat the same mistakes. Now, let's build it. Segment number 1, the Key Vault trap. This is a double hop. The function accesses the Key Vault and the Key Vault accesses the secret. Here is the problem with using Key Vault for connection strings. To get the secret from the Key Vault, your function already needs a managed identity to authenticate to Key Vault. So if you are using identity to get a password to talk to a service, why not just use identity to talk to the other services directly? When you use Key Vault for connection strings, you have a double hop, extra latency and more points of failure. You have God mode access secrets. Connection strings often grant full access. Identity uses RBAC for fine-grained control. The secret is still real. If it leaks from your logs or a memory dump, it's a valid credential. Managed identity is truly passwordless. There is no string to leak. Azure gives you two types of managed identity. System assigned managed identity is born with the resource and dies with the resource. You delete the function app, the identity disappears. That's convenient, but it makes identity disposable. And that's a nightmare for enterprise governance. Now, compare that with user assigned managed identity. User assigned managed identity is a real Azure resource. It exists independently. It can be attached to multiple apps and multiple resources, and the permissions live longer than any one workload. System assigned managed identity is tactical, but user assigned managed identity is architectural. This is where identity destroys Key Vault. In Key Vault, a secret is just a string and God mode access. But with identity, we use role-based access control. I'm assigning the Azure Event Hub's data receiver role, not owner, not contributor, just the ability to read data. If an attacker somehow hijacked this identity, they could not delete the hub or change the settings. They are locked into a tiny box of permissions. That is the definition of zero trust. So we apply least privilege. For Event Hub, data receiver only. So for Event Hubs, you can scope data access roles to the namespace or a specific Event Hub within that namespace. These are the roles that you can assign. Azure Event Hub's data receiver, Azure Event Hub's data sender, Azure Event Hub's data owner. This means your function app can read from only telemetry hub and cannot read from other hubs in the same namespace. For Service Bus, data receiver only. We can apply this at the queue level as well as the namespace level. This means your function can read from only orders queue and cannot touch any other queue or topic. For Cosmos DB, we have data reader or data contributor. For Redis cache, we have cache contributor. Not owner, not coordinator, not wildcard access. Each service only grants exactly what the function needs. Now, we attach the identity to our function app, but here is the gotcha that breaks most deployments. If your app has a user-assigned identity, the Azure SDK won't guess which one to use. You must add one setting, and this is the setting, Azure_client_ID. Pass the client ID of your user-assigned managed identity here. Without this, your code will fail to find a credential and you'll spend 3 hours debugging a 403 forbidden error. Don't skip this. The next segment highlights the code. So first, we create a user-assigned managed identity. Then we attach it to the function app identity. Now, the function can authenticate as that identity. Look at the code. This is as clean as it gets. Where credential is equal to new default Azure credential. This is the most important line of code. This one line is your new connection string. It's smart enough to work on your local machine using your developer login and in production using the managed identity we just created. We pass that into the Event Hub consumer client or service bus client or any relevant client. No passwords, no secrets, just clean architectural code. I'm deleting the connection string from the function app settings. Look at that. The function is still reading messages. If I were using key vault references, I'd still have a setting there pointing to the vault. Here, nothing. The security is baked into the infrastructure, not the configuration. If I remove the RBAC role in the portal, the data stops instantly. That is security enforcement. How does all this work in the background? The function starts and gets to know that it must use the user assigned managed entity based on the configuration that we did. It requests a token from Azure Active Directory for the user assigned managed entity. Azure validates the managed entity and issues a token. Function app gets the token and uses it to access the target resource, which is Azure Service Bus in this case, or a queue from a service bus in this case. Target Azure resource validates the token against RBAC and permits access according to the assigned roles. And then the data flows with no connection string and no secret in configuration. User assigned managed entity is independent, reusable across multiple function apps, and the lifecycle persists even if one function app is deleted. The next segment talks about multiple services accessing the same managed entity. The same managed identity, user assigned managed entity, can be used to talk to multiple target Azure services like Event Hub, Service Bus, Cosmos DB, Redis Cache, etc. Each one protected by role-based access. One function, one identity, 4 services, 0 secrets. This is the real upgrade. Not just new SDKs, not just fewer secrets, but identity as your connection string. And stop treating Key Vault like a rug you can sweep your messy connection strings under. Connection strings were a 2010 solution. Managed identity is a 2026 standard. It's faster, it's more secure, and it's one less thing for you to rotate at 3 a.m. And this is the real death of the connection string. If this saved you hours of guesswork, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's still shipping secrets in config files. Click the next video on the screen and I'll see you there.